Tai Lopez is known around the internet as this fake internet guru with some of the most iconic catchphrases like,
"Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. Knowledge."
Recently, however, he has been making some big business moves and is steering away from being an internet guru. In this video, we're going to look into what Tai Lopez has been up to and why it might actually surprise you. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more videos. Tai Lopez is leaving his garage and has been buying up known brands through his firm called Retail Ecommerce Ventures, or REV for short. He started REV with Alex Mehr, who is a former NASA scientist and co-founder of the dating app Zoosk, which he sold for $298 million. This is such a weird combo, a former NASA scientist and an internet guru, but hey, I guess it's working. So what does REV actually do? Well, according to their website, they transform well-known distressed retail brands into e-commerce success stories. They actually been buying up pretty well-known brands, such as Linen & Things, Dress Barn, Modell's Sporting Goods, and Pier 1 Imports. The timing of this is perfect, since we saw retail stores closing because of the pandemic. J. Crew, Neiman Marcus, and other well-known brands have already filed for bankruptcy. It really is a great time to start scooping up some well-known brands for cheap and transform their brand into an online-only store. The strategy behind this is that people are more likely to buy things from brands that they know because they already have trust in that brand. If some random business is trying to sell you furniture, you might not be willing to put your credit card information in and hope it gets delivered. If Pier 1 is trying to sell you furniture, you are more willing to buy because you already know the brand and have more trust in them that you will actually receive a quality product, especially if you shopped there in the past. Wayfair is a fully online furniture and home goods store similar to Pier 1, and they are currently almost valued at $30 billion. At its height, Pier 1 had over 1,300 stores and was bringing in $1.9 billion in revenue. REV bought Pier 1 for $31 million. This just included the name and assets related to its e-commerce sites, and none of the actual physical locations or inventory. I would say that the Pier 1 name has the same brand recognition as Wayfair, so if they can copy what Wayfair is doing, I would say it's a good buy for them, and they have a lot of room for growth. Also, only running the online portion of a store is a lot cheaper than having physical locations. Physical locations have a lot of overhead, plus each store has to be filled with inventory and other expenses associated with retail locations. Dress Barn, which is a women's clothing brand, which was one of the first brands that they bought, and they actually released some numbers of how they are doing, so we could see if the strategy is actually working. At the height of the Dress Barn business, they had over 800 locations and had around $1 billion in revenue. They also had around 9,000 employees to run all those locations. They slowly became less and less profitable, and the brand changed hands a couple of times. Now REV owns the brand, and in the first quarter of online operations, sales were up over 165% year over year and are on track to hit $65 million in annual revenue. The Dress Barn site drew 3.5 million unique monthly visitors in June, which was up 18% from May. So this strategy looks like it's working, as sales, revenue, and unique visitors are growing. They also run Dress Barn with only 30 employees, so that just shows you how lean an e-commerce business can run. Granted, they aren't doing the same revenue Dress Barn was doing before, but there's a lot less overhead for an online business. REV also acquired Linen & Things, which is similar to Bed Bath & Beyond. At its height, Linen & Things had around 600 stores and had revenues around $2.7 billion. In 2008, they went bankrupt and closed all their stores. Their online brand, however, has been passed around from investment firm to investment firm. REV bought the IP and digital assets in 2020. They haven't released any numbers yet, so we really can't see how they're doing. But if they are using the same strategy they used for Dress Barn, they should be doing okay. Their most recent acquisition is sporting goods brand, Modell's. I used to love their commercials and their jingles. Gotta go to Mo's, gotta go to Modell's. REV paid $3.64 million for the brand, and all 153 stores are being liquidated and shut down. Modell says their sales were hurt because of Amazon and other e-commerce sites. Kinda ironic now, since they are going to be fully online. Tai Lopez says by buying Modell's, the real value we're paying for is that little bit of trust where people go, yeah, I'll put my credit card in on the website because I've heard of Modell's. My grandpa went there. I'll put my credit card in to buy that soccer ball. He makes a good point that brand trust and recognition is key, especially shopping online since you can't actually see the physical product. Rev even plans to expand the brand into other areas such as gym equipment or even sports trading cards. Rev says the new Modell site will be up in September, so we have to see how they do. I think the strategy of just buying the digital assets of an already established brand is a great idea. Many other private equity firms want to buy up all the brand's assets, including their physical locations, because they think they can run the stores better. This is often a mistake because the stores aren't making money for a reason. People aren't going into retail stores anymore. There are a select few big names that people shop at, like Target and Walmart. So a specialty store like Modell's that only sells sporting goods is going to have trouble competing with Target and Walmart in physical locations. But online, people want to see brands they recognize, and you could even sell items through Amazon or Walmart's online store. So now you're only competing with brands that haven't built up that established trust yet. Tai Lopez went from an internet meme to actually leaving his garage and is executing on a solid investment strategy, and I have to give him credit for that. And with that being said, as always, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe to see more.